Mhm.
Okay, it is 1 o'clock. If you would please join me in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. And welcome. Today is our special meeting, January 24th. I think the agenda had been posted. Do you have any changes or additions on
No,
the agenda?
no, Chairwoman.
Okay. First thing that we're gonna do is acknowledgement that Commissioner Ted Jackson gave a letter of resignation. And I can read that if you want. Just said, please accept this is my resignation letter as the Port of Allyn Commissioner District 2. I have returned the Port of Allyn computer, cell phone, office key, and credit cards to Travis Merrill. I've also provided Travis Merrill with a computer and cell phone passwords. Sincerely, Ted Jackson. So he didn't give any reason. We have, I guess, 90 days to put out the request for another one to fill his spot. Next one is announcing which I just did, announcing the fill for the Port of Allyn District. I don't remember how we posted that last time. But we'll find out.
Yeah, I was looking into it a little bit, and I think there's some resources on the WPPA to be able to post
Okay,
and a few other things, and then just community outreach
yep,
Yeah,
is gonna be the best course.
that's how that occurred with myself, if
Sure.
you will,
mhm,
is being involved with civic activities locally. Anyway, I was told to check out the website because it was posted that you're all looking for somebody.
Yeah.
So anyway,
okay,
Something else I might suggest is maybe on our website, we put an area map up that shows where you have to be eligible.
correct, yes, that would be great.
And that would be something that I would pass over to my wife to do because I'm just
Yeah.
so inundated.
Mhm,
So,
and they just need to be within the district too.
yes.
correct,
absolutely.
which is Allyn pretty much.
Yeah.
And then also maybe an
Some-
application form,
Yeah,
Yep, which I believe there's some
Let's see.
templates. I'll look into that as well.
okay,
I briefly looked into it. I got some resources off the MRSC.
Yeah.
And I downloaded those links and put it on my OneDrive so that I've got some options to start working forward with.
and we want to ask on there that a resume is encouraged, and without requesting a resume with the application.
Yeah, I think we could say that's kind of mandatory almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. for sure. Ken?
I just wanted to mention that the county has port districts and all the different special districts on their website. You can pull a map right
Okay.
from there.
That'll probably be the easiest source for me to find it. Thank you, Ken.
Good idea.
Thank you. Okay, budget discussion. We're still in the throes of looking through the budget. I don't know if we've got a whole lot to report or talk about too much. We're still, like I said, in discovery.
Mhm.
So, because we were gonna do that to see what we could do about an executive director and, it was just a little soon. So we're still, and Erin couldn't be here today because she's working, so we'll kind of table that for right now,
Okay.
okay? And then, discussion and possible action on resolution 2024-02. And that's affirming the delegation of authority for our interim executive director. That's to try to give him the ability to conduct business.
Yeah, the biggest stumbling block not having this signed is that a lot of day-to-day stuff I can't appropriate without coming to a meeting and asking for it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's no different than the delegation of authority that you processed with Larry Coppola and Leanne.
Right.
I did reduce the contract amounts by about 50%. Except
Yeah.
for the professional services ones, I left at 30,000 because we do have a pending contract for replacement of our power stanchions out on the docks with the sea lions destroyed, and that it is just under that amount.
Yeah,
So
excellent.
that's the only one on the horizon I can think of that I would need to be able to sign for and approve after of course, bringing it before the board and having you all agree on which contract is the best.
Questions, Tom?
No, no, but, even though we've got that in there, I'm gonna request that, that we remain in sync, if you will, with the commission approving the big dollar amount stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean, that just, that's almost goes without saying, but for the record, I want to say. that.
Sure. This will just prevent having to create a resolution to sign that document.
I understand that. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I'm gonna make a motion to approve resolution 2024 002, and I'll read it if you want.
Sure.
Okay. Port of Allyn, Washington, resolution number 2024 002, resolution affirming the interim executive director delegation authority for the year 2023 to 2024, whereas the Port of Allyn extends its interim executive director the powers required to administer day-to-day business operations of the port and oversee its legal functions and requirements in a document called the delegation authority, and whereas the power to do is granted by RCW 53-06-0110, and whereas the most recent reaffirmation of this delegated authority is dated January 23, 2023. And the port commissioners desire to empower the interim executive director with the authority granted by the document for the year 2024. Now, therefore, it is hereby resolved as follows: the executive shall continue to administer the day-to-day business operations of the port and oversee its legal functions and requirements as outlined in the delegation authority originally dated January 23, 2024 for the year 2024. And I make a motion to approve that.
I'll second it, and all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so moved.
Okay.
Okay, possible action on hiring the administrative assistant position. Did you call them, by the way?
I did Friday night,
Okay, great.
and the day got by me, but it was an evening.
But you did it. That's good.
I gave them a courtesy, we'll let you know by the end of this week,
Okay,
okay? And I know that, is this open for discussion right now?
sure, yeah.
Basically, okay,
Yeah.
so, we should not move forward with anything until we get our total handle on the budget, which means that, yeah, some things are gonna have to slide around away.
Mhm,
But we need to stay focused on a few things. One and foremost is the water
mhm.
and, what we're requiring. And then, some of the other details that a day-to-day operation, we just continue on doing, but, we cannot. I would suggest that we should not move forward spending another dime until we have complete handle on this.
And my only reservation about that is for him to get his job done efficiently,
Okay,
is to have somebody in here to answer phones and
Okay.
field them. And so, because he is inundated with so many emails and trying to get
True.
these paperwork that he's doing the phone calls and, I can do some, but,
you know what, I understand that, and, I would do it, okay, then. That's why somebody part-time to give him some relief,
yeah. And even if it's just part-time,
because it is entry level we're talking about here.
yes, that's correct.
Answering the phones, get him, basically, I need you to be looking at these emails, and that's what I'm looking for. Whatever that looks like, but, okay, I would agree with that, but it's gotta be part-time.
Okay, I'm good with that. I mean, at least it's better than nothing right now.
Yeah,
so-
and it has to be,
You know,
it has to be part-time, Travis,
Yeah.
because, we were actually moving forward in something that we still need to know how that should work monetarily,
Yeah,
so, because we gotta function, I agree, but at the same time, and that, if I bring this up now too, for the duration of 2024, I'm going to take my commissioner checks, every month, and because by law, we have to get paid, so it's the only way to do it. Paid to the order of the Port of Allyn, I'm gonna do that every month for the rest of the duration 2024. It's a couple grand and some change,
sure.
right? So every little bit helps, and I think it's part of us buttoning up and setting an example.
I'll do that.
You do that
I'll do
too?
that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's 4 to 5 grand.
Yeah.
And now we need to be looking at what else can we do? Why we're trying to figure this out. And I mean, that's what we do with our own budgets at home, right? We start cleaning it up. We fill everything in the garage we don't need anymore, and we get realistic about what we have, why we're trying to learn what that is, right? To
Yeah.
discover it. It's just crazy, but, all right. That's it.
Okay. So do you want to call them?
I will call them and I would make a recommendation on Margie. Is the one, we had Justine and with Margie, I've got
Maggie.
Maggie,
I'm sorry, Maggie. Of the two, Maggie seems to be the more fitting. I can go into the
Okay.
my reasoning, but
well, I would
I'd
agree
be
with
in
that.
favor of that.
Yeah, I would concur with that.
Okay.
Okay. We did our interviews and so we had just two.
So what that would look like is that, you would, want me to contact them and give them an offer on.
No, I would like to do that.
You would like to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll help.
Yep.
And what that offer looks like,
Anything off my plate is a help.
well,
I'll take every ounce. Anybody wants in the community, come give us a hand. It's,
before
it's an interesting task I've got before me. So
before we make a motion, I believe we still need to make a motion on that or just decide. I'm not sure, Chairwoman.
Well, this is unique. Normally. the
Normally, I'm the-
Executive director would hire them because that's his authority.
I would say to be safe, a motion would be necessary.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead then. Yeah,
I'm okay with him doing that as long as we come to an agreement on what that looks like. Like the hourly rate.
yeah, what are we gonna, did you tell them at all?
Well, I told them that there would be, the previous position was a $32 an hour rate, but I
Yeah.
said that the entry level on this would be anywhere from like 20 to 25.
Right.
So,
Okay.
I'm thinking around $22.
I think,
Okay.
right there in that middle section, and then, it being part-time with the thought process that there's a possibility as we move forward that we reevaluate and that there's always an option for that to increase to full-time if we have the ability to.
The only thing is because we had a little fallout there with our previous person in-house. That's why I wanted to go ahead and do that myself. But what days of the week are you looking at wanting to hire them? 3 days a week?
Yeah.
10 to 4.
It would be best, Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
We have to be thinking what works for them too. Monday, Wednesday and Friday?
Yeah.
That was the
Okay.
traditional
Okay,
times we were open.
10 to 4?
Yep, which would actually be. it'd be
18 hours?
It'd be 18 hours a week.
Okay,
You wouldn't want to ask them to come in for 2 hours. That's just unreasonable.
I know. No, absolutely. So you're just shy of $400, you know.
So, what could be done though is I'm here from typically 8:30, 9 o'clock till past 5. So we
Okay.
could tack on a couple extra hours on one of those days, say, instead of 6 hours, it's 7 hours, 6 hours. To get to your 20 hours for the part-time position.
Unless we can go less and they're happy with that,
Correct.
which, might work for them.
Okay.
I want to keep it under 20 hours.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Yeah.
still under 20 hours is just, 4 or 6 hours a day for 3 days a week is 18. So,
And it has to be fitting for them, right? So just, so I'm okay with you calling in and bringing them in. Today is starting next Monday.
okay,
Oh, okay, so,
so
We'll do that? You don't want to do that?
you'll have me call them.
Mhm.
Okay,
okay,
I will look and see if I can find a template for a contractual agreement to bring that all to fruition.
okay,
Based on that discussion, I make a motion to approve that hire.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Okay. What was Maggie's last? Oh, Frost.
Frost, yes.
Maggie Frost. Okay.
Okay.
Have you had a chance to talk to the Kitsap Bank at all? Because or rather the auditor in regard to you being
The answer,
assigned to,
the answer is no. I did not reach out to the state auditor on that.
okay,
But I've talked to somebody else, and I didn't make that call, but separation of powers and authority
yeah.
is in place there because digital approval of
Okay.
everything amongst us as a commission, the three of us, is for all of our, beginning of the month, we make payroll and all of our other costs. Aaron is not on any of that.
correct.
So the cash management is not where you pay anything. It's where you work with numbers and it's part of like what she's doing.
Yeah.
The cash management system with Kitsap Bank, because as you know, I sat down with Tracy and
Mhm.
the manager got information regarding what little bit we have left on the line of credit, right? So having that conversation, one of the things that she said is and that I suggested to her, and she said, yeah, that would work, is for me to be on there as cash management, as a cash management, because I'm part of the commissioner, part of the Port of Allen.
Mhm.
And but I could rubber stamp for her to get on there and get trained to do her thing that she needs to do as an accountant.
Okay.
That's
So
what
it would give you authority.
It
to
gives me the
to
authority
manage.
to be part of that, but
Okay.
at the same time, I'm through the bank system, because if we authorize me to do that, then it gives me authority to tag her in the system at Kitsap Bank. But we would have to pass something for that to happen.
Yes,
So she's not the authority, she's a user. And I authorize her to use that system to manage our world here.
okay,
So you can see how that is a separation. Nobody's paying any bills there or depositing monies and things like that. She's just using that as a
information,
tool, to
Information,
make
okay.
everything work, so.
okay. Well, it's a little awkward, but
Well.
meaning
well-
that I was going to put forth a
Oh,
resolution or a motion to give you authorization, because you can't do it on yourself, right?
right, that's true.
So,
No, that's right, but I was just explaining what I'm
Yeah.
willing to do and what I think we need to do. Somebody, before
just the executive
yeah,
director was the
executive
only
director,
one,
right?
right, and the only one,
And this keeps things from too much going into one place while we decide what that looks like with the executive director.
Mhm.
And it's almost fitting that our accountant uses that,
Absolutely.
he's got enough going on,
Absolutely.
right? So she would be the person doing that,
Okay,
okay?
well, I'll make a motion to authorize Commissioner John Sheridan as the cash management system authority at the Kitsap Bank account for
Okay,
the Port of Allen.
I second and accept that responsibility, and now you know what I'm gonna do with that,
Yeah,
okay?
and all in favor, say aye.
I
Aye, there you go. Boy, we've been,
Well, I'm
It's been
trying to,
really
you are
interesting.
so inundated with the water and he is wearing all the hats in the office. And we're spreading the wealth, and it puts Aaron in a position to
yeah, to really
step her
get,
game up
yeah.
even more. That
Aaron's been great.
that we desperately need. It all revolves around the budget,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I agree.
And the last, is the safety deposit on here?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So with you having authority for the cash management system, do you need another motion to access the safety deposit box?
No,
Why don't we just do it anyway?
We don't even
I
know
don't
what's
know.
in it. We didn't even know we had
I didn't
it,
even know
think.
we had one.
So that's
I didn't either.
weird in itself.
She's like, oh, by the
So-
way, you have the safety deposit box. I'm like, wow. Okay, so we need, what I believe probably in there, if anything, is usernames and passwords and things like that.
No, you know what I really think is in there?
What?
Old documents
Treasure hunt.
from this entity that is over 100 years old.
Yeah, maybe.
Which may even be helpful to me dealing with some of our
Do we have a key?
processing with the SAM.gov.
It's $600 to drill it if we don't have a key.
We have a big box full of keys, so we'll try every one of them.
Okay. Let's just make an authorization that either I myself or you, Judy, can
Well, I'm not on the signer, I'm not on the signature, so go ahead.
I'm also
Let me-
afraid to look in there, but anyway, I'd be happy to do it.
For just, I don't know if we should have more than one person actually be there for the opening. Or just. It seems like the kind of thing you would want to do, just for checks and balances.
Yeah,
For the purpose of
So-
efficiency, let's just go ahead and say, I'll go there with you, Travis,
Okay,
but I don't, giving me the authority.
yeah.
well,
you're
I'll
the
make a
authority.
motion to authorize Commissioner John Sheridan and interim executive director Travis Merrill to go to Kitsap Bank and check out the safety deposit box. And
Also,
authorization to open, inspect.
for lack of not being sure whether we need to do that, I agree with doing that just in case, because she's gonna need something possibly. We had
Yes.
that discussion. I agree, and I second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
I
Aye. Okay,
put that on my list. Yeah.
I'm just not sure what the decorum would be there, but in that essence of safety. I think that a two-person opening on a box like this.
yeah,
probably
well, you know, the
best.
bank attendant always attends as well,
That's
so
true, that's true, but they don't attend,
they-
but they put you in a private room
that's true.
and you open
yeah.
the box without.
Okay,
Yeah, they have the second key.
Yep.
I've seen movies. I'm sure, I've never had a safe deposit box.
oh, okay,
All right, so
all right.
silly, but, all right.
Discussion and possible action for the recruitment services of the executive director search. Search of the executive director. We may have to table that.
I just want to table it,
Okay,
Chairwoman, until, I'm hoping in another week that we get some more information on our budget. Those are not little things. We
Yeah.
do need one. We do need to be doing it.
Yeah.
But we only need to do it with knowing where we're at with our budget.
and we're still investigating. Aaron is pulling up more information for us and everything.
Yeah, I faithfully, and I believe that, we will, without a doubt, get resolved and moving forward, but, even though there's a sense of urgency.
We gotta have
and-
your duck, like Jeff said, gotta have our ducks in a row
That's right.
first, make sure the budgets are in order and easily followed.
Travis, will you, not to go back too far, but, would you let, Aaron know that, we made a motion and that we have it in the minutes that, she'll be doing cash management and I'll be in contact with her?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? Public comment? Jeff?
I had called up Commissioner Sheridan, share some insight on the budgets and planning for the water system. And I'll share it with the rest of the board and public. And that before, first of all, there's a number of steps before we begin to amend the budget. But in contemplating adjusting, percentage difference from the general fund to the water system fund, consideration needs to be made that you need to look at, basically your maintenance and operations of the water system and your income, and make sure that we're not out of balance there, because it wouldn't be the first. I mean, we had the same problem with the county with the sewer,
Mm,
and they've had this problem with it, but they don't have a reserve fund for the things. They
Mhm.
build up cash, but it's not really a reserve fund.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how the North Bay Case Inlet got in trouble back in 05,
Mhm.
is they collected funds. They had month in and month out, they had roughly 20 or 25% more going out than coming in, but they had a whole bunch, when I say a whole bunch, maybe 800, 900 connection fees that came against the account, but they're all sharing the same account, so they ended up using their connection fees as part of their maintenance and operation. And while on a specific time frame, a month or two or a quarter might be okay, because you don't necessarily need all of it for capital facilities. All of it went from maintenance and operation, and I shared with Commissioner Sheridan that one, need to reconcile budgets, but then two, no matter what that ends up, we cannot go too much above. And I gave a number basically that if I understand what the rates are right now, and assuming all parties pay this mean late payments and all this kind of thing, but the normal course of business, that technically speaking, with what you have right now, you can't go much above 50K or so a year in expenses over on the water system fund.
Mhm.
That will go up, obviously, as you acquire our system. But just as a simple rule where we are right now in rates is you, just as a nice simple number, don't go above 1K a year per
Mhm.
user. And, you know, it'll need tuning and an adjustment from
Mhm.
that. But right now, in the big picture, you keep that in the back of your mind, when you're looking at possible adjustments or amendments to the budget. You know, at that point, at least you have some idea. And my observation is you're pretty tight right now as
Mhm.
the water system fund goes, as far as expense versus outgo versus income. So,
Mhm.
you know, that's, we're not there yet until we get there, as
Yeah.
far as all the reconciling, and then once that is, then, but I'm thinking you'll find that it'll be snug. So, anyway, that's what I shared with them, and also I'm sharing with them, it's kind of a, you know, a nice simple rule for where you are.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Going
helpful.
forward for now until we get more exact, you know.
Yeah.
so.
no, that's healthy. So in a sense of reverse engineering what our costs are.
Mhm.
So I was throwing a number out there. We got up to 15% now, right? I was thinking, well, maybe we need to be closer to 25%. Well, that might not work, right? Because we shouldn't be exceeding 1,000. So that may be 17 or 18% for maintenance and operation and handling that. We're gonna get there, but so that was one of the pivotal. That's why we had that conversation. Like we're trying to make sense of everything, right?
Yeah.
So.
Longer term, you know, first of all, yes, you have to look at the whole water system plan, the whole, so we're only poking at certain spots.
Yeah,
But basically what your typical expenses are, you know, month in and month out. Plus, you should be putting a little bit away for like when the pump goes out,
that's right.
you know. I can't remember, that's either 13 or 20, whatever it was.
That's been between there, so not
Yeah,
a lot.
you know, it's not gonna go out every day, obviously, but that kind of. In other words, that should be what your rates cover, so, you know, in the past, I just testified that, you know, I think the rates are high and need to be adjusted. Right now, timeout, you have to get through everything and then see whether that is even, you know, feasible to support what you're trying to do,
Right.
so.
Thank
anyway,
you.
That's, 2 bits on
Thanks, Jeff.
the water system.
No, that's cool.
Thank you.
Problem.
Ken, anything?
Yeah, I wanted to say, I think I heard you both say that we're going to take stipends.
Correct.
That's correct.
See here, I really appreciate that. I understand it, but I think what, rather than take it and give it back, I think there's a form you have to file with the executive director to actually not take the stipend at all. You know, we do that with the cemetery district, and it's something that you probably want to research, and I can find the form.
So by law, we have to accept that. I looked into it, not deep, but I looked into it enough that I concluded that what we can do, or what I can do is just donate it to pay for the order of Port Valley. Because anybody can do that.
I respectfully disagree.
Oh, okay.
But I think if you plan to not take a stipend,
Oh.
if you want to take it and donate it, that's not really clean. I think if you're planning not to take a stipend. With
That would be a resolution then, though, correct?
well, you already adopted the resolution. That
To-
you're probably gonna have to rescind.
To lower it, to lower the stipend. Because, you know, it was at
We're
161.
capping it at
Yeah,
$3,000
yeah.
a year.
You know,
Okay.
and you-
So you're saying that you don't believe that that's legal, or you just,
I don't believe that's the proper procedure.
okay.
And I'll
I respect
forward
that.
the information to that.
Okay, yeah, I look forward to,
But I do appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah.
Other boards don't take stipends, and I appreciate it. I
Yeah.
know it's a big challenge.
sure,
I understand why you're doing it.
okay,
Thank you.
all right.
Jeff, do you have any?
No, this is day one for me.
Yeah.
I'm just a sponge.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming. I appreciate
Well,
it so much.
So,
For the invite.
so I don't know if you know, some of the challenges. So our executive director passed away a few months ago.
Yes.
Okay, and then, followed by that, on Christmas Day, we lost our interim director who had been here 20 years as the operations manager who stepped in those shoes.
I didn't.
And then, okay, fair enough. So then we're just gonna, we're gonna show strength here though. And, we're gonna show that we are gonna find and have resolve. We just have some discovery to do. Keep it that.
All right, well, thank you. I think that's it for the day.
Is there a
I
hand
didn't
raised?
see her. June, would you like to share anything?
Oh, sorry.
If that is June, and you are muted. If you'd like to unmute yourself.
Public comment, Jim? There we go.
There
No,
we
thank you very much. No, thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Okay. No further discussion, meeting adjourned.
Okay.